things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. So during the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we're making back out. Yes, I have my doubts. But they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. So roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. And I have my doubts. So I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we're making back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Howdy. I guess I probably just chopped that audio right off at the end there, just like with a hatchet. And I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, I'll get used to it all. I'm used to seeing that window as the intro wraps up, so I see right when it ends, or I should say I used to. Like I said, I'm down to one monitor. That's all they give me right here is one monitor. Now there's an office that I come into when I first load into workrooms. There's an office that I load into, and it lets me have all three of my monitors in that office. In fact, it just pops them right up all around me. It's nice. But here in the actual workroom, I get one. So, and I can switch But when I turn on the when I connect my computer to this program, it resizes my window size, and it really shrinks it down, the resolution. And so because of that, if I switch around monitors and stuff, it just kind of really screws with Windows and resizes them all, and it throws icons over. So it is what it is. I will get a little bit smoother with it. So what's up? Anything new?
No, not much.
I I tell you, I've been having a heck of a time keeping up on some of this stuff, and then there's other news that I am just having a bear of a time verifying. A lot of reports coming out that can't be verified. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
So, um, it's some interesting stuff though. I did that report earlier about the Israeli military. Howdy, Steve. About the Israeli military and how they supposedly are a little bit upset because here Netanyahu's son is hanging out catching the sun in Florida somewhere, and why all the other people's sons and daughters are off to war,
Hmm.
and so they're a little pissed off about that because it's more like in their culture that he should be there wanting to lead the fight. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
we don't really have that culture for the most part here.
Yeah.
It's like, you want me to what? No, I mean, some people felt that way clearly, but I think the amount of people that feel obliged to fight for the country is dwindling. What's
Yeah.
up, Steve? Oh, he muted himself. He unmuted himself.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
All right, Pat.
Yo.
You, I'll tell you, you guys, you look great. That's what I'm
Thanks.
through.
Uh-oh.
And your writing's up on the chalkboard.
Yeah, yeah. I
From
suck at art, man.
sorry, I was a little late. I
Oh, you're
working,
fine.
so
You are fine.
yeah, I haven't done anything different. I'm coming through good. Am I too loud? Too soft?
no, it's fine. I mean, it's doing the same thing of fading in and out, but you're definitely your volume's loud enough.
Oh well, okay. I changed out that sound card yesterday, late in the show, and I
Uh-huh.
think it's coming through better. But it's that Realtek sound card maybe that's doing this. Plus, I don't know, overload on the memory or some deal. So, anywho, if you can hear me, then that's fine.
Yeah, I can hear you, and to be honest, it does seem like it's better than it was yesterday. So it's still going in and out, but it's a little more consistent, it seems like.
Oh, it's consistently bad, huh?
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I'm trying. There it is. There it is. I'm trying to get screens in the right places, and it's just like fun. So, Mootop. There we go. Perfect. Now I've got it where I need it. Although, what does that say? Oh, okay. All right. I guess I can full screen this now. Um. So yeah, like I was saying, I've been kind of trying to keep up and trying to be able to disseminate between truth and fiction. Um, that's a little hard to do. But the things that I have been able to make a little way on, it's not good. Really not good. So the article that I titled the show after, it came out just not real long before show. When I scheduled it, that article came out because I thought that's what I'm gonna, you know, I don't know. It's a cheap and easy title. What can I say? But it says Israel unhappy with Russian stance on Gaza war. I'll share my screen and let me. There we go. Get the view changed over there for you playing on the home game. I think that view's a lot better. I know you guys can't really read it that well, but I don't think you guys really give a damn about actually reading it yourself. Anyway, and I think that looks cool like that. Oh, hell, dude, I can actually read that better than I can that. Huh, that works. Okay, Israel unhappy with the Russian stance on Gaza war. Says the Israeli Foreign Ministry has conveyed to Russian diplomats their displeasure with Moscow's position on the conflict with Hamas and Gaza. Yeah, that's just strange, though. The public broadcaster CAN reported Tuesday, citing anonymous sources. Russia's conduct and the remarks against Israel don't correspond with the severity of the situation Israel is in, which is a state of war, Israeli diplomats reportedly told their Russian counterparts. West Jerusalem also expressed displeasure with the role Russia is playing in the war against Hamas and hope that Moscow will take more balanced positions, another ministry official told the Times of Israel newspaper. Moscow's proposed resolution in the UN Security Council did not include an explicit condemnation of Hamas and did not match President Vladimir Putin's endorsement of Israel's right to self-defense, according to the ministry. So now, full stop here. Hang on. Okay, had to clear my throat. So full stop here. What is all this that we are expected to just like throw everything else away and bow down to anything that they say? I'm at a loss for this.
I'm sorry,
They
Mike. Bow down to who are you referring to?
Israel. Well, I'm Zionists. Let me be very clear on that. The
It's
Zionists.
the World War, or it's the whole Nazi rhetoric, man, that keeps them getting
Right,
what they want.
right, exactly. And somebody needs to stand up and say no,
Yeah,
enough. I mean, this is bullshit.
yeah.
It just is. I mean, they have been able to skirt any and all rules they damn well please, and they've been able to do it since 1948. And it's time that that comes to an end. It just is, And I know a lot of people's not going to have that view or see it that way. But you can't you can't justify victimizing others because you were victimized, no matter how you want to cut it. I know there's a
I
lot of
I just learned last night that there were Afro-Palestinians that when when the Romans gave the land to the Hebrews or whatever, and then the Turks came in and they made Afro-Palestinians.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I didn't even know that. Like, you never hear about anything like this, like
No,
anything about their cultures, nothing.
nothing. And that's not by accident. That's on purpose. They did the
Yep.
same thing with the Native Americans. They do it with the same with anybody they want to erase essentially. And the scary thing is now it's all of us. They want to erase all of us
Yeah.
and take every single one of our identities away, and the people have largely fell for it. Look at the people that because of this person or that person, I'm not remember the names off the top of my head, but NASCAR and football and basketball, you had these quote unquote woke people that come out, and then now all of a sudden everybody's burning their jerseys, they're burning their tickets to go to NASCAR. It's they're throwing away their own identities. They're doing the work for the people. It is absolutely mind blowing. Instead of standing up and fighting, these are the people that are always talking about how people should stand up and fight. If don't leave your state and come to my state, stand up in your state and fight. Don't leave your country and come to my country, stand up in your country and fight. But then when the fight comes to them, like, oh no, you know?
It's like
Uh,
the guy with the vote for Biden shirt who was saying he's for immigration and all that until there were 4 of them in his lawn wanting to stay at his house. Then he's like, no, 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 no.
Missy, actually, I read that one clear. Missy Little Peeps, FB Wheeler. They said if USA goes to war, we won't have an election in 2024. The corruption goes on. And my hand just did some weird stuff.
Well,
And
that's their plan.
well, I agree. I absolutely agree
Didn't
with Missy.
I
Absolutely.
can't concur, like, but I did see it was either Forbes or it was someone had posted an article today saying something about like that this might be our last president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have to say that is a thought that's been going through my head quite a bit. I'm going to shrink this just a little. Quite a bit. It's been going through my head about that very thing, whether or not this could very well be the last, well, if we have the election,
Right.
But to be honest, I've been asking myself since 2020, pardon me, questions like, is this the last Christmas? Even though we don't celebrate it, is this the last Christmas? Is this the last um, Thanksgiving? And we don't do nothing. Oops, hang on. Don't do nothing. We don't. I brought up the Oculus menu. Hands that way, damn it. Um, I keep asking myself, 4th of July, that's another one I ask. And I tell people, I don't I'm not gonna celebrate 4th of July because I don't feel right doing it. Um because I don't feel like I'm free. I don't feel like that this country as it stands is what our forefathers, our founding fathers, envisioned. And so I can't celebrate a lie. I can't,
Well, you got veterans in tears and crying saying that this isn't what they fought for just, 60, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well,
And
look
it
at
is true. Like we've thrown away a lot of lives. Just like push as many as you can towards the fight in the
yeah.
name of freedom and democracy and all this. But then we turn around and
We haven't fought a
like we
war
still
for.
got this ridiculous thing with Hawaii. We still got all them people there with no homes, and we want to send $100 billion to 2 other countries.
Yep.
Well, our
Yep.
priorities are screwed up in the government, and we're slaves to it. And I've known that since high school. That's ridiculous.
Man, I'll tell you what. I think this country is going to come down hard. I really do. I really do. But I think it's planned. I don't think it's something that's just going to be. Well, it's going to be chaos for us, but I don't think to the elites, the powers that be. I don't think it's going to be chaos to them because they've been planning for it. They've been expecting it. They've been,
That's what
So
I've been thinking with like all of these high-end cities. Like, why did they build Dubai? Think about that. When the world goes to hell, like what a perfect place for you to set up all the elite people. And while everyone else in the world is your slaves,
I think
there's
it's
no other reason to have that place out there in the middle of nowhere.
well, I think it's was it Norway where a lot of elites have had some pretty significant structures built.
Oh yeah.
And then I want to say in the same area there's the seed vault. You know about the seed vault, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
and you know that they are doing another vault now too, a DNA vault.
No, I didn't know that. It
Yes.
doesn't surprise me though.
Uh I agree, Missy, and that's why I do not celebrate as well. So I do my best to recognize the Torah. I'm very failed, but I don't eat the unclean foods. I do my best not to do any work on the Sabbath, but that's probably the thing I fail the worst at. I'm horrible at that.
If there's any holiday that's been commercialized, it's that one for sure.
Absolutely,
Like
absolutely.
100% fully, it's totally commercialized holiday now.
Yeah, Halloween used to be my favorite holiday, and I know, it's evil spirits, the whole 9 yards, but that used to always be my favorite holiday. But I haven't celebrated it since 2012 or 2013. Um, it just drama.
It was always so fun though when you were a kid, man. Like,
Well, this wasn't when I was a kid. I enjoyed it even more as an adult.
yeah, me too. I mean,
I
Halloween
mean,
is, I mean, I kind of look at it, as though people can say it's sacrilegious or whatever and all this and that. But, if you're not celebrating it with that intent or not even, that's not even crossing my mind, the devil or anything like that when we're going out trick or treating with my kids. It is strictly, it's about going and getting candy and them dressing up and having fun.
yeah, what I enjoyed was oh, back around, I guess, 2011 or so, somewhere in there, 2010 maybe. Um, I volunteered at a haunted house that was here in town, and oh man, that was incredible. I got one of my nicknames doing that job. I One of my nicknames is retarded genius. Because I'm a goofball. I'll say the goofiest, dumbest shit just for a good laugh, and I'll poke fun at myself and stuff like that. And but at the same time, I'm a very very technical person, and very logical thinking person. But with some of the crap that I come off with, you'd think I'm just way so many bubbles off. It was unreal, and
Yeah.
I do it on purpose because it's I like good laugh. I like to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Uh,
And scaring people is fun. In the haunted houses. I've always wanted to do that because I like going through haunted houses myself.
yep.
I'm the kind of guy who, like, though, my wife and kids are, everybody's scared, and I want to see everything and look at every little detail and be like, whoa, I can't believe somebody made that.
I man, I love that working in that haunted house. That twice in my life I've got to work at haunted attractions. Once was a haunted hayride, and then the second time was the haunted house. And uh, man, I'll tell you what, that was a blast. I got to be the chainsaw guy, which is like the best role you can have in the haunted house. So I got to be the
Yeah.
chainsaw guy, and I wore a leather jacket, a motorcycle leather jacket, and I wore just regular blue overalls like you'd get from Walmart, the one piece overalls, the insulated ones, but they're so
Yeah.
thin they sucked in the winter, but still, um. I wore a pair of those with that motorcycle jacket over it and a pinhead mask. I've got a picture on Facebook of it. Um, let me
Pinhead with a chainsaw.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, it is incredible. I will find my picture real quick. It is I'm with my boys in the picture. Because and this was the last year that I enjoyed. This is the last year that I enjoyed Halloween. So I tried to enjoy it a year after, and yeah, it just got totally ruined for me. So let's see. Do I have it in the me or is it just in the kids? Well, I've got me in the pinhead mask, but hang on. I don't have access to like all my buttons and stuff now because my screen's all scrunched in. Hmm. Hang on. I know I got. Um.
I have a legitimate, actual green with the foot and the gloves, everything hazmat suit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I've tried wearing it a couple times, but you get so like instantly. I'm talking like within seconds, you were like dying of heat exhaustion.
Yep. Yep. I hear you.
Because it's supposed to have one of those big backpack like units that go like inside of it, and then like vent out the back.
Uh huh.
But someone did give me a weird piece of advice about it once. It's like I work with one of those, and he's like, don't ever zip yourself up in that thing without having a knife close to you, because if the zipper breaks, you're screwed.
This is weird. This
And
is
he was
like.
right. You would not fight. You were not clawing your way out of that thing. You will
Right.
suffocate.
Here we go. Now I should be able to F11 it up. Yeah, that works. There we go. Now I can reshare it back. And switch the screen back over. So anyway, that was me in
Oh,
my
there.
Pinhead mask. Yeah, with the boys. I used to love taking them trick or treating, man. That was so much fun. But yeah, that haunted house, man. That was a trip. I got my nickname because I was a chainsaw guy, and my chainsaw, the switch kept falling apart. It wasn't mine; it was theirs. The switch kept falling apart on it. The switch to shut it off,
Yeah.
and so I was like, it would fall apart, and it would not run if it fell apart. And so anyway, the first time it happened to me, I'm sitting out there. You can't hardly see crap. There's like one kind of almost like a street light that's on the building, and that's it shining back there. And I'm trying to work on it. I'm pulling a switch apart out of a chainsaw. Springs falling down on the ground. And well, anyway, I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, dude, the only way you could get it together, you had to put the spring in. There's a little housing, you had to put the spring in, and then there was a ball that's set on top of that spring, and then there was a piece of metal on top of that, right?
Okay.
Well, you had to put it together. When you put it together, you had to put it together where the spring and the ball would be pointing down, and that's an issue with this thing called gravity. So I'm thinking, man, I got to keep that spring and that ball in there. And normally, what I would do in a case like that, well, being a switch, I would use dielectric grease. Otherwise, I'd use like wheel bearing grease or just some thick grease to be able to hold it together while I put it in place. Well, I didn't have all that. I'm at a haunted house, and I got to looking at the young kid. I think he was 15 at the time, and he was actually like manager of the haunted house because he was like that responsible of a kid. I mean, kid's incredible. And anyway, he's out there with me, and I'm like, makeup. I said, go in there and find me some cream makeup, the kind in the tube. And sure enough, he ran in there and came back out with a tube of glow in the dark cream makeup. And, and that was perfect because it even glowed. And sure enough, man, I put it all together, slathered it with some of that glow in the dark makeup, put the switch together. I had to do that probably a couple of dozen times throughout the night. I got quick at it, dude. I mean, I just carried the screwdrivers in my pocket. And,
Oh, wow, dude.
I'd run out the back door and real quick rip it apart. And yeah. The next day, I had a different switch on it.
Yeah, probably brought one from home, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That was awesome, though. I really enjoyed doing that. Let's see. Let me F11 that down. We'll get back to. Oh wait, I'm F11 the wrong windows again. Sorry, folks. It really is kind of challenging to do this with one monitor. Okay, back up. Got another story up. Let me reshare my screen and then switch you guys back on your view. There we go. And then let me get over here and click so I don't screw anything else up. All right, Israel tells UN to ask Hamas for fuel. It says if the UN agency responsible for Palestinian refugees needs fuel, it can ask Hamas for some, the Israel Defense Force said on Tuesday, in response to UNRWA's appeals for humanitarian aid to Gaza. These fuel tanks are inside Gaza. They contain more than 500,000 liters of fuel. Ask Hamas if you can have some, the IDF said on X, formerly, well, I'm not going to say that, accompanied by a satellite photo of a dozen objects near Rafah. It was a direct reply to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East, which had posted earlier, if we do not get fuel urgently, we will be forced to halt our operations in the Gaza Strip as of tomorrow night, meaning Wednesday. So, I don't know what to think on that, because I honestly think that if they needed fuel for like the hospitals and stuff like that for the generators and stuff, and there was indeed fuel in those tanks, I think Hamas would probably give them fuel to keep those generators going. That's not how you know what I mean?
Hamas saying out to hurt their own people.
That's
defeats
that's
the
what
whole
I'm
purpose
saying.
of what they're doing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So I don't know about this one. I just don't know about that one. I born at night, but not last night. Now this is the one that pisses me off. And
I don't know why they even bother trying to tell us anything anymore.
were you saying something, Steve?
No, sir. Am I breathing too hard or what?
Oh no! No! I just barely thought I heard something, and I thought maybe you were trying to speak, so I didn't want to just talk over you.
No, I put my little hand up.
Okay, right on. Well, and that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to. So yeah, if we just rattle on, you want to say something, exactly, hit that little button.
Well, that previous story. Now, who was running out of fuel? I didn't catch the first.
Oh gosh, that was one hell of an acronym. It was a group. It was like an organization. I guess is helping the civilians in Palestine or in Gaza.
It could have gone green.
Gone green. Yeah, they should have had all Teslas.
Yeah, what's their problem?
Hang on, gotta get coffee.
I mean, they're affordable for everyone, just like you said, right?
Mike,
What's that?
they don't have one of those solar generators.
Right. Oh man. Let's see. This is the one that gets me. At least 2,000 children killed in Gaza, says a charity. It says at least 2,000 children have died in Israel's bombardment of Gaza over the past 17 days. UK-based aid group Save the Children has said. Charity cited figures from the Hamas-operated health ministry in Gaza, which stated on Monday that at least 5,087 people have been killed in Israel's siege of the enclave, including at least 2,055 children. Thousands of homes and dozens of playgrounds, schools, hospitals, churches, and mosques have been damaged or destroyed in Gaza, Save the Children said. At least 4,600 children have been injured as reported by the Gaza Ministry of Health some with excruciating burns, lost limbs, and other horrific blast injuries. Now,
Oh my God, man!
you
And there
know,
is Benjamin Netanyahu going to claim saying that save the children are liars?
well, that's the thing, and it really gets me because you've got so many people out there so willing to dehumanize Palestinians and make it sound as if it's somehow okay to do this to the Palestinians because of what Hamas does. I mean, that is the weakest argument that I have ever heard in my entire damn life. Our country, the United States of America, has terrorized this world for the last how many freaking 100 years? I
So
mean,
like it's okay to go into Arkansas and wipe out the whole damn state because there's a KKK group there?
right,
Like, get
exactly,
real.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's insanity, and some of the people that I even hear towing that line is bothersome to me. I haven't been able to really watch much of Glenn Beck's content for
No, he's
over
all
a
on
week,
board. Yeah.
and I love Glenn Beck. I love Glenn
It's
Beck,
because
but
anybody in the major media, they can't say anything against it or they're a Nazi immediately. It's just like
and
they're going woke and all that.
it's in
Anything.
most of their contracts. I keep hearing, and I heard the rhetoric again today of Tim Pool, I think is who I heard the rhetoric from. He is turning so Alex Jones-ish, man. Gosh, he is bad now with his fake aggression. It's bad, and that's who he reminds me of, is Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Um. Oh yeah, Steve.
You mean old catfish?
Yeah, yeah.
Way out there.
I got the documents. I got them right here.
What'd you say, Pod?
I didn't say nothing to that.
Nah, it just guy just I I don't know what's he really done to me. What's he really accomplished? A lot of these people, everybody sitting on high vitamins, and he's written a book, and kind of like Rush Limbaugh for 26 years, sat there, and boy, everybody could listen to him for 3 hours. We hey,
I forgot. I can see right here. Hang on. I gotta blow my nose, and you guys don't need to hear that.
uh,
And I know I totally put my head down in my lap.
it looked like you just dove under the desk to look for something.
Oh, this is so awesome.
Hey, I want to share this real quick. It's just a picture,
Okay.
but what do you think of that name?
Hang on. Let me.
the Rams.
The ransom church.
Yeah.
What the heck is that about?
I don't know. We just saw it the other day. I was like, man, what the heck? That's a crazy name for a church.
Not very far from me. There's the Ransom, Kansas.
Well,
Yeah,
I wonder if it's
that's
that.
in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So
Oh, wow.
it's called the Ransom Church.
Coffee. Let's see. Yeah, this is crazy though. What's going on there? We'll see.
Here's a statistic. When you look tomorrow morning, 40,000 children will have died from starvation.
Right.
So,
Well, the children over there, they're dying from everything. Like because they're not getting medical help. They're not getting food, water,
Exactly. That's
and
exactly
and
it.
and seriously, what's stopping American soldiers, or any soldiers for that matter? The whole place is surrounded. What's stopping them from going up on shore and throwing some humanitarian aid? There's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Why do
it's
we got to
ridiculous.
ask for permission all of a sudden?
And then they let 20 trucks in, I mean, and I don't, you know, I've heard all kinds of numbers, but I've heard the number like 1.5 million several times. And that is the people that are like still there in Gaza. And 20 trucks for 1.5 million people, that's not even enough bottled water.
Yeah, and the U.S. has never, that I can recall, we've never asked for permission. It's we're going to go in there. Don't
We're
mess
going to
with
do
us.
it.
We're going to help these people. Period.
I don't know what's going on. Um,
Now we got to have Israel's permission. I don't know.
well, I don't know if I even want to say it. Yeah, I'll say it. I don't want to say it, but I'll say it. I do wonder, and I'm not a fan of him, but I do wonder how Trump would respond.
Oh yeah, it
That's a good one.
it
Because
would be interesting to see what his thoughts on the whole Israel thing is. But
well, now we know his thoughts, and they ain't so good, in my opinion. Of course, that's my opinion. But
if he would let it go this far, it's hard telling because you would never know until he's put in the situation. You know.
I don't know. My fear is that he would encourage Israel to do whatever they felt necessary. Part of me says that would be his outlook, and the other part of me says he would be the guy that would said, "No, we're taking humanitarian aid in there, and if you try to stop us,
I
you
think
know,
he would be more like that. Honestly, I think he'd be more like that and like Putin is and telling them both to just cool their shit. Or excuse my French, cool
no,
down,
you're
you know?
fine,
Like
you're fine." Yeah,
Well, what he did with that agreement between, uh, I don't know, maybe uh, Mike, but I can't. Well, between the two, wasn't there two Arab countries something like that he got some agreement with?
I believe so. I believe so. Yep.
But there wasn't any. I'm not. There weren't any wars. We weren't in any kind of real police actions or anything like that around the world. It's just and this deal. What's going on now? This is the whole works is to cause chaos. I mean, this is all intent.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Well, and then, well, this article I got up, I actually don't have it up as much to tell you the news as I do to give you a warning. And Google and Apple limit map functions in Israel and Gaza. It says Google Maps, Waze, and Apple Maps are no longer showing live traffic updates for Israel and Gaza, according to multiple media reports. The move comes ahead of an expected invasion of the Palestinian territory by the Israel Defense Forces. As we have done previously in conflict situations and in response to the evolving situation in the region, we have temporarily disabled the ability to see live traffic conditions and business information out of consideration for the safety of local communities, a Google spokesperson told Bloomberg on Monday. And so when I see this, and hey, I understand that live traffic. I mean, you got to let them know the tanks are coming in. I get that, um, but it's only a very short step after that to completely disable the damn service. Now, there are a lot of people, I think, in the United States, and I'll use the quotations
so Google
like-minded.
decides that it can just dip its feet in warmongering now. Like
Well,
Like,
they kind of
isn't
always have, and see, that's like with Starlink. It got to the point to where Elon Musk stepped back and said to Pentagon, "Here, you have control." And he gave the Pentagon. Oops, hang on. He gave the Pentagon a little bit of control over, I guess the satellites that are over the
hmm
Ukraine region and stuff. And because it's like I don't think he wants involvement, in any way. Now I don't trust Elon. I don't trust any of them. But uh, this is something we need to look at and think about, because there are a lot of quote unquote like-minded individuals that fully intend to use GPS functions in an SHTF event. And I don't think that we're going to have that. And that's why I highly recommend people learn navigation with compass and have maps and all of that good stuff. Because I would not rely on GPS.
well, yeah, and then where are the servers gonna? There's
Well,
got
the
to be the
servers,
servers hosting the stuff, and then there's
not
got to be the
not for that part of it though.
power to for the antennas to connect. And I mean, it's a
I'm
whole
pretty
long.
sure if you can connect to the satellite and they didn't shut anything off, I don't think you need anything else. I think you can get your geolocation information straight from the satellite. I don't think it has to phone home to
Convey
give that to
information.
you.
Really? Hmm.
Yeah, but they control that data. Of course, they can turn it on, turn it off. And of course, something that, maybe a missile or something like that could really turn the damn thing off. So, um, and I do expect that. I think that's going to be when the big conflict breaks out. I think that's going to be one of the
But
very first steps.
that's what if you have a satellite phone. Anything else connects to a tower. If the tower don't have power, it ain't getting nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. Yep.
So
And that's the deal with the satellite phones. From what I
still like
understand, they don't need any type of an Earth interaction for the phone calls to be able to connect and go through. From my
yeah,
understanding, they will still be able to work even if there was like no power across the entire nation or anything like that. I'm pretty sure sat phones will still work, even
they
if,
could
if
call another sat phone. Yeah,
another sat phone. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Right on.
So I think that was kind of the purpose of that technology, but now that's outdated because of all the
Get a ham
satellite
radio,
warfare.
even though you can't use one.
Well, here's the thing. Um, they have ways to jam and block that, and um, it's really pretty much any technology that we have that's we'll say mainstream. They've already got redundancies on how to disable. I
Oh,
mean,
I'm sure.
they've got it covered, but there are some not so common ways to communicate. And I'll just throw one out there for folks: laser communication. I mean, you're limited in your distance and stuff like that, but it's not really hard to set up a laser communication device to where your basically your voice data is going. I hit the stupid Oculus. I don't know if you can hear me when that's gone or not, but I hit the stupid Oculus button again.
I heard
Oh, did you? Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know how far it took me out.
Mike,
Re-
there's, in fact, you can find them pretty expensive, but we have a set of them where you talked on a light beam, and this was back in the 50s.
and this is the exact same thing, except it uses a laser. Yep.
Yeah, they were real weird. They were big and bulky, and in fact, I saw them used in some science fiction movie done back
Mm-hmm.
in, as something. We had a set of them, and I thought they were really, really interesting. You can find them every once in a while on eBay, but they're not cheap either. They were pretty cool, Mike.
Well, I will say that a handy person can build a unit that is, oh, I don't know, maybe about that. I'm not very big. Maybe about, I think it's about maybe 5 inches by maybe 4 inches, maybe a few inches high, and and it works plenty fine, allegedly. I mean, and it well, I won't reveal how far, but way further than what I even thought I would be able to.
Those- I'll have to look those up, but I think those things they use the infrared beam on them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Yep.
well, the other thing I wanted to say, I don't know if you guys heard any of this or not, that when Hamas attacked Iran, they jammed the cell phones so they couldn't be used, and uh, they also did something to the internet communications. And they don't use phones. They don't use phones for anything. They use paper.
Right. Right.
So you won't see in any chatter. Everything, everything the Israelis were using to warn them, they didn't use.
Right. Right. Um.
Which is just the way you want to do it. You know, and somehow they destroyed. I don't know whether they call those bird transmitters or whatever, but they were able to, these units can knock out cell phone usage. They use them in theaters and stuff, so nobody's calls interrupts anything. But evidently, that's what they do, and they fly in on land planes. Oh, and I think the Israelis were expecting, they had guys sitting there with a automatic weapon and 50 rounds of ammunition, and they figured the most they were going to have to contend with was maybe 2 or 3 terrorists with some kind of bomb or something. Well, then what showed
Right.
up?
Right. Yeah. It's. I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of the same stuff here. I really do. I think. I think it's gonna get ugly. I really do, and I'm not quite sure who's gonna be behind the ugliness. It might be all of the above. I don't know. This was interesting. Investigators identify possible cause of Baltic Sea pipeline damage. Now, what they're saying is that they expect that it was a Chinese container vessel that was allegedly in the area at the time, and not that. Well, they don't know that whether it was done intentionally or unintentionally, and it was just poor seamanship and negligence and all of that. But eh. At the same time, it could be propaganda just to get the world hating on China too. I thought this was interesting. We hear about price gouging. Huh?
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, the market, what do you, what the will pay.
And people complaining about their AR-15, their 5.56 ammunition going up. How would you like to pay 50% more for your artillery shells?
Your
Well,
155.
there was a few American ammunition companies that the governments, whatever, where they said they have to make ammo for them now.
For them now, yeah,
Yeah.
the whole war production thing. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is just mind blowing to me that each one of these 155 millimeter shells are like 3,600 euros now is what they're charging for them a piece. And how
Wow.
many of them did I hear they were shooting off a day? I mean, just a stupid number. I can't remember what it was, but it was a stupid number that they were shooting every day of these things.
And they're not even recyclable.
Yeah.
Did you see that girl see a young gal where she'd written this book, and they were interviewing her. A guy and a gal was interviewing her, and she says, "Well, these people need to be using sustainable equipment,
Right.
and
Right.
the vegan. If you're going to have throw grenades, they should be vegan grenades. I guess what a grenade was, but and environmental friendly.
Right. Right. You
Yes.
do know, hon, that I'm sitting next to Fire Marshal Bill, right?
Yes. Oh,
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew that that was Patrick. um, I know I'm sitting next to you, but in virtual reality, I'm sitting next to Patrick. Let's see. Yeah, I just thought this was crazy, 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 crazy. I don't know if I had another one after that
She's
or
like a
not.
ghost in between us.
I did not.
There's a ghost here.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. And it is weird because I hear her over there typing, and I think it's you. It's her because I can't hear you type. uh, the spatial sound is just that they've got with this is just stupid good.
Yeah, it is.
Because you really sound like you're right there. If I put a video on or whatever, it really sounds like it's behind us.
Yeah, it's trippy. Yeah, Dolby ain't got nothing on that.
No, and what's weird is it's just two little slots that are cut, and they're not even really positioned over the ears very good.
I know. It's crazy.
I want to get some of those. Have you tried? Have you ever put on any of those bone conduction headsets or anything?
Those are really strange. I didn't think they would work, but they do. I tried some at Best Buy and they blew my mind. It's crazy.
Do you get good deep tones out of them? Good bass?
I don't know about the bass. I didn't really get a chance to check them out, but just the fact that you could hear music clearly without there being music was pretty insane.
I because that's something I'm very big about. I like a very rich sounding. Well, I'm partially deaf, and it's
Yeah.
tone deaf though in one ear, and it's to the higher pitches I can't hear in my right ear, and so that's why I like it to be a little on the deeper side because I can hear it better. And so anyway, I need to find me first a winning lottery ticket because I'm as broke gets, but I need to get me a decent headset for doing this. And I need a good mic for doing this, like a lapel style type of mic. Oh, let's see. All right, I reckon I can run through these headlines real quick. Let's see. Starting here, am I on the right screen? Yep, everything's looking all right. EU state seeks to slash 1.5 billion euros Ukrainian housing bill. U.S. fears Israel has no clear plan for Gaza invasion, says New York Times. Pilot attempted to crash plane full of passengers. That is crazy. Happened in Oregon. Or, well, uh, yeah, I guess you'd say it happened in Oregon. But the dude was a pilot for the airline, Alaskan Airlines. Not well. This was a company called Horizon, but it's owned by Alaskan Airlines. And so, get out of their menu. And so he just, I guess he was sitting in one of the jump seats or something in the
Yep.
cockpit, and just like I don't know if he actually shut the engines off or just tried to shut them off or one of the two.
The way they made it sound is he jumped up and tried, but they stopped him.
They stopped him. That's kind of what
Talk
I got
about
from
on
it
their
too.
toes.
Yeah. Well, they have to be. They have to
Yeah.
be. Well, and he said something right before he did it too, like I'm not right or something like that. He said something that kind of I think cued them in that.
Huh.
But Yeah, then they just more or less landed and got him off the thing. But he was looking at facing, what was it, 80 some odd counts of attempted manslaughter.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they're going to give him that. They mentioned in the article some other charge. And I can't, oh, it's about interfering with a flight crew or whatever, which could give him 20 years. But that'd be a lot better than looking at 80 something. That's,
Yeah.
wow. So,
He's screwed
yeah,
either way.
well, maybe.
Unless he might get some kind of mental thing if he can.
Well, and that's what, and they, it seems to me from reading the article that they really kind of do lean towards that
Yeah.
it's certainly a mental thing. He claimed, and I hate when people do this, but he had claimed that he had taken, well, for one, he was under stress. I think he lost a friend or something, and then he had taken mushrooms like within 48 hours before this incident. And he was suffering from sleep deprivation because he hadn't slept in over 40 hours. So all those things combined, they're saying, are, all things that could lead to his mental episode. So, personally, I think the dude really needs to be under supervision for a little while. But I really hope that they don't throw his ass under the jail because mental illness sucks. It sucks, and I don't know. I feel for people that truly don't have malice intent, but they just lose it. I get it. I get it, but um, again, the dude needs to be under supervision for sure. We need, and I hate to say it because they were very ugly places, but we need the institutions back, the mental institutions.
Oh, for sure. I mean, nobody likes. I mean, mental illness. Period. It ain't pretty.
Mm-mm.
And
And now those folks have nowhere to go.
granted, they weren't treated correctly back then, but who was in what field? Everything was done differently. Uh, you got a bullet wound, and where they cut your damn leg off? You
And
know?
what's worse? What's worse? What's worse? The state mental hospital or what you see on the streets of Philadelphia right now?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta ask that question. I don't like the idea of state hospitals either, but I even more don't like what I see on the streets of Philadelphia. Um, let's see. Israel's central bank warns of economic hit. Russia's economically strongest regions revealed. Russia's top lawmaker slams Biden's New World Order plan. Russian military destroys Ukrainian. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. I gotta click back. There we go. Russian military destroys Ukrainian seaborne drones. Let me make sure my screen's right. Yep. Israel fighting World War III against radical Islam, says a Netanyahu ally. Russian oil industry resists crushing taxes, says Commerçant. Major UK football team blasted for being too white. Let's see. You're too white. EU proposes global billionaire tax. Russia stole super duper missile plans from the United States, says Trump. And see, that statements like that makes me lose all confidence in him. I mean,
Super
no,
duper.
they
Super
didn't.
duper secret.
You want to know how I know that Russia didn't steal our hypersonic missile plans? Because we don't have a
any.
functioning hypersonic missile. It's ridiculous. Now the stealth technology. Now that's a different story. The Clintons sold them that. All that stealth technology. That's why none of our stealth is really stealth. That's
Yeah.
thanks to the Clintons. Thanks to the Clintons.
On the stealth bomber on Microsoft Flight Sim, when you put it in stealth mode,
Mm-hmm.
2 little lights on the underside of the wing go up, and that's it. Like, what? Really?
Do you think that radar box will show me the drones coming in that Hillary sends? I mean, that'd be kind of neat to watch them come in.
You're right.
Ah, reminds me of the old band Body Count. Have you ever listened to Body Count?
I've probably heard them, man. I know of so many bands and stuff, but I'm not good with
This
names.
Ice-T was the lead singer.
Really? Well, yeah, then.
You gotta search Body Count. Body Count, dude. The was the whole CD banned or just one song? I think it was just one song that was banned. A song called Cop Killer. And
Yeah.
yeah, but if you're gonna listen to Cop Killer, you gotta listen to the intro of Cop Killer, which is called Smoked Pork. So smoked pork, you gotta start with smoked pork and then listen to Cop Killer.
From Ice-T. Huh?
Well, Body Count's the name of the brand.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the album too.
Well,
Body
he's changed. Huh?
Oh, oh, yeah.
Going from
big-
cop killer to what, Law and Order
You're
or
right.
whatever he's on.
Hey, man. Hey, you know what?
Does a pretty good job, though, and all the stuff he's been in. If I'm thinking of the right guy.
Oh, I think it's incredible that
He's
he was
been in a
able
ton
to.
of movies and shows.
I think it's incredible that he could go from where he started to and become what he became. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I loved him as a musician. I mean, it just I mean, he was real. He was authentic, and you don't see that a whole lot, even in the rap genre. There's a lot of fakes out there, but he was real. He was really real, and some of his music, um, really hit hard, especially Body Count. You listen to Body Count, and one of the songs he talks about, people getting shot in his backyard and stuff I mean, it's messed up, but that was reality for them,
Oh yeah.
and it's hard for me to imagine. I've grown up here. I've lived, well, not in the virtual reality world, but I've lived in Highland for most of my life, and it's really a peaceful place. I mean, it's I love it here. I love it here. It's like an oasis in Illinois, because we don't have all the crazy leftist crap here. So,
You still got the small town vibe.
oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah,
Very much so.
so do
Which is
we.
good and bad, but
Yeah, that's us.
Let's see. Oh, EU state fines man 400 euros for wearing a Soviet hat, says the media. Dude walking around with a Soviet hat on and gets a 400 euro fine.
Yeah.
That is crazy. The world's entire arms industry is not enough for Ukraine, says minister. I would agree. Golden age of gas is ending, said the IEA. I wonder what their first clue was. Maybe the entire Middle East about to go up in a plume.
Yeah.
Let's see. I covered that one. Kremlin weighs in on Putin body double claims. Russian foreign debt to GDP hits record low. Russia will defend truth about World War II, says Putin. Kiev's top university bans Russian language courses. Let's see. Russia intercepts U.S. bombers. I didn't talk about that because it's a nothing. That's always a non-story. U.S. went overboard in weaponizing dollar, says Musk. Israel calls on UN chief to resign. Imagine that. Earth's vital signs worse than ever before, says a report. Ukrainian rabbis appeal to authorities over jailed Zelensky sponsor. Investigators identify covered that, the Baltic Sea. Let's see. Israel soldiers angry at Netanyahu's U.S. based summit. Well, I did a report on that. Israel tells UN, oh, I covered that. France willing to break European human rights law, says Interior Minister. Convicted American spy asks Blinken to swap him for Russian, says CNN. And the last one I've got here, Obama issues a warning to Israel. Well, Obama. And the wise words of whoever the hell it was that said it. Frankly, madame, I don't give a damn. I don't know who it was. I didn't even see that. Wasn't that Gone with the Wind? I've never seen it. So,
Yeah.
never
I think
seen
he
it.
said, frankly, hussy, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure that was Gone with the Wind. I've
Yeah.
never seen it. So,
Was frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Yep.
who was it that did that? Said that?
Pretty sure that's the show.
No. What's the guy, the actor that said
Red
it?
Butler or something. Well,
Oh,
that
was
was
it?
him on the show, right?
Beats me. I have no idea. I've never seen it. Dude, I haven't saw any of the movies, the classic, Wizard of Oz I've never seen. What's up, Steve?
You've never seen Wizard of Oz.
Nope.
Oh my God.
You're muted there, homie. I see your hand up, but you're muted at the same time. Now you're unmuted. What's up?
Might be the only person on the planet who's never seen it, man. At least in America.
What's up, Steve? Oh, you muted again. Yeah, I haven't saw a lot of the movies like that. Gosh, now I have seen E.T.
You ever watch Lonesome Dove?
Mm-mm. No.
Really?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That was a good one.
Nope, sure haven't.
I'm not real big into westerns, but that's a good one.
I even, I was always a bit careful of what I watched, and that's just something. I mean, that's kind of one of the whole thing with my spirituality and my own testimony, and knowing that he's been there the entire time, because of just how everything has fell into place, and I've had certain quirks about myself that are very odd in comparison to the rest of society. And one of those things is I was never somebody that it didn't matter to me what other people thought or how they felt, or if I thought something was cool, then it was cool. I could care less what anybody else thought, and I went on with what I thought was cool and couldn't care less. And I've always been that way. And that's just one aspect of it. I mean, I've never cared. I've just kind of gone to the beat of my own drum. And it's never been, I've had people say how strong I've been for always standing up, for always standing for what I believe and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't even view it as strong. That's just me. That's my nature. I can't not do it.
When you were younger, like, I don't know how the weather is wherever you're at. You weren't ever snowed in the winter? I mean, like,
Yeah,
I was snowed in a lot as a kid, so I mean, that's when we watched tons of movies,
Oh, well, see, that was it. I would watch stuff, but it wouldn't be the typical stuff. Like as a kid, I would prefer to watch something like Mr. Wizard's World or 3-2-1 Contact over Sesame Street. I didn't really want to watch Sesame Street. I wanted to watch science stuff. I wanted to, I wanted to watch educational stuff. And I've always been that way, even as a child. And I never did really care a lot for watching leisure stuff, Once in a good while, something to come out that I will really, really enjoy. Like, there was that TV show that was on for a while. What was it called, Jen? The one that God was like a Facebook friend. You remember? I can't remember the name of it. It was an incredible TV series, and it sadly ended. But Gosh, I enjoy Skinwalker Ranch. Have you watched that?
Oh, I've watched some. Yeah, my old lady, she watches all of those, man. She watches all the Skinwalker Ranch, all the Bigfoot, all the cryptids, everything, man.
Yep. Now I'll watch all the like the Bigfoots and stuff. I'll put that on when I go to bed because I put the TV on just for background noise. And so I'll put most of the time it's a documentary of some kind, you know.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime, dude, they are just so loaded. There's a I guess a channel or whatever company that they partner with called Freebie or something like that.
yeah,
And man, they just have documentary after documentary. It is so incredible. I haven't ran out yet. Every night I'm finding something to put on, you know, even if it's teaching me about the advancement of tanks. That's what the latest one I've been watching. It goes back all the way to when the first tank, all the way to modern day tanks.
yeah. That's crazy. I like watching all that stuff too. I
Yep.
wasn't into it when I was younger, but the older I got, the more I got into. Yeah, it's got to be like I definitely ain't watching like no romantic comedies and stuff like that. It
Mm-hmm.
has to be like a sci-fi horror type movie or
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's got to really catch my interest nowadays.
I
But
agree.
I do watch so many documentaries. I feel like my brain every day it's deleting something in the recycling bin that I probably needed later
Well,
on.
and that's another thing. Ever since I was a child, and I mean a little child, there is so much information that I will do everything I can not to remember. And the reason why is because I'm trying to keep as much space for the important stuff. And it's really weird, but that's how I've always processed information. And I've got a really weird way of filing information in my brain. It's literally like a filing cabinet that I can go rustle through, and it's really odd. I've got a very
Yeah,
odd. Well, I've got a near. It's not a total photographic memory, but it's close.
yeah.
So that kind of helps. Oh man, yeah, it is unreal. Let me make sure nothing's the end of the world's not happening or something here. That's what's cool about this about doing this too is how I got my computer here. You know what I mean? I can sit here and do whatever I need to do or whatever while I'm here. So I know Nathan, the first person that I met with workrooms, uh, he comes into workrooms just to sit and work, just to do his work. He'll come into workrooms and just sit. And sometimes people will come in, join them, and just sit there and they're all working, you know, hanging out and doing their thing. It is kind of cool, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a really good way to do stuff, good way to teach stuff, to show stuff. I mean, I uh I really suck at writing and drawing and all of that stuff. I wished I
It's
was at
only
least.
going to get better in the future. Then we'll be able to go down to the cafeteria.
Yeah, yeah. It will. It will. I bet it. I would like some legs though.
Yep,
Legs would
we
be
need
nice.
legs to get there.
But yeah, it's I expect that there's going to be a lot. I really wished I could afford to get a Quest 3 because I think what
Yeah, same, same.
yeah, I think what they're going to turn that into is going to be stupid incredible. What they've done with this since I've owned it's been stupid incredible.
Yep. It was kind of a flop at first, and now like everybody wanted one towards the end.
Was it a flop at first?
They claimed it was.
Wow. Wow. Well, see, I got in on it late, you know, obviously. But when I got in on it, it was like, this is pretty awesome. And then for Flight Sim, you know, I thought it was great as it was. Then you showed me Virtual Desktop, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is incredible. And I need to play in Virtual Desktop. They say that's got quite a bit of capability too, just doing different stuff.
Yep.
And I know that we can go to each other's quest homes somehow. I don't know how to do it, but I know that we're supposed to be able to go to each other's quest homes. But I wonder, I don't know if there's like, if we can have a screen there, a monitor there or anything to watch a movie, or if that's not possible in the quest home. I have no idea. I mean, we can do it in here, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thought about doing
We'll have
that.
to mess around with it.
Didn't we recently, was it even yesterday? We talked about a movie. There was a movie that oh yeah, Spies Like
Yeah, that
Us.
spy one. Yeah.
I
With
ought to
Chevy
get that.
Chase.
I need to get that, and we ought to watch that in VR sometime.
That'd be cool. Shit. Yeah.
I will check the proper getting place for the
Maybe
proper.
that's what we could do on Fridays. Do like a movie
Ooh,
thing. That'd be
that
cool.
would be sweet. That would be sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Should we just do it here? I mean, it would work.
Yeah, I mean, like we could have conversations and chill and watch a movie, and I don't
Dude,
know,
that would
meet
be
our meet.
awesome. Yeah. Well, I vote.
Average movie's like an hour and a half. We're usually on here about that long, anyways, or more.
I vote for Spies Like Us on Friday. How's that sound?
I'm down with that.
Right on. Right on. Okay, well, I'm gonna make it happen. I will get the proper data tonight, actually.
Right on.
So I know I've already got it somewhere. I guarantee you, I've got Spies Like Us somewhere. But it'd be much easier for me to re-get it than finding it. Dude, like I am the worst file hoarder that you've ever seen ever. I mean, I save everything.
Yeah.
And I've got 50,000 duplicates of half of it, you know?
Yeah.
I am bad. I am bad. I'm glad for AI because eventually they'll have really good software out there that'll be able to go through all that crap and straighten it out for me. Oh man. Well, I don't. Let me look to make sure. Like I say, there's nothing else. Let me double check with War News and make sure that there's nothing. There hasn't been anything new on their website. Yeah, it's still the same. So I don't know if they like. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but there is nothing new. There's like an entire day. There's nothing new on their website. It's not the first time I've seen that happen. It does make me a bit nervous.
Mike, which website are you talking about?
Warnews247.gr.
War News.
Yep, War News 247 .gr. It's a Greek website, so you have to translate it to English. But
Was it WAR or MORE? Which I didn't understand.
repeat that. I couldn't hear you.
War News or More News?
Oh, War News. Whiskey Alpha Romeo November Echo Whiskey Sierra 247 dot Golf Romeo.
Okay.
warnews247.gr. Yep.
Did you know that Bundy had a video out tonight?
I actually have just pulled that up. I was thinking about playing it. You got time to watch Mr. Bundy?
I don't. I gotta bounce out, guys.
Oh, okay, brother.
I've watched a little bit of it, but it's about an hour long. And what I was interested in is what happened today with that attorney and all that, which I did catch that. And he said, well, they've changed the date. He got a new email. The guy didn't show up, but he got a new email that said they were coming the 17th of November. Which Amos said that's an interesting date because that's the day that he has to be in court. So, the guy may be trying to come and I don't know if somebody else will be there at his home and they try to get in or what. But I wrote about it, it's probably, I don't know, about 2 inches on his website because there's no way, I don't know of any way to get a hold of him, and about what you know, because I didn't hear him. I think, like I told you, I didn't hear him say anything about that guy being he's part of the government. He was Hammond was saying, well, the sheriff even needs a warrant to get into my house, and first thing that popped in my mind that this guy is an officer of the court. He is the government, so
Mm-hmm.
I said he's probably going to have to put in for a motion to have a hearing to see where he can get a court order to be able to do this. Is where I think
Right.
he would have to
Well,
go. It's where I've been before anyway. So
if you're trying to get a hold of Ammon, just get a hold of him on Facebook. He'll
uh,
respond to you.
what through a messaging or what?
Yeah. Facebook
I'm out,
Messenger. Yeah.
guys.
Okay,
Peace.
brother.
Y'all
We
have a
will
good
catch you
night.
later. You
Hey,
too, man.
good seeing you. Good hearing you again.
We'll see ya. Yeah, I'll just watch this on my own. I think I'm gonna bounce out too, and I'm sure I've got a couple that's waiting for the gummies in bed.
Hey, I see you got up on your chalkboard there. I did. It's a little hard to read, but it says the Watchman, and it says the Watchman sucks. Is that what?
Oh, it says the Watchman, and under it says really sucks at art.
Oh,
I can't draw, and I can't even write worth a damn. I mean, I can if I really wanted to. I can write really pretty, but I don't want to ever. I hate writing. I despise writing. I don't like writing, typing. I don't mind talking. I don't mind using my voice to communicate, but I can't stand any other form of communication.
well, to talk, you got to answer the phone.
Yeah. Got to be in.
I figured, well, just like I wrote you an email on that. I don't know. I'm trying to play with some ideas of things I'm able to do, and money wise, I'm worse shape than
Oh,
you.
and I did read that email, and I suck. I hate typing. So the deal with that, I figured I would just answer you here.
Yeah, I thought too. I just wanted to give you a heads up to say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing, yada yada yada. And then I figured, well, he'll probably just wait till we're on this evening.
Right. Okay. So let me look at your machine. $166. That's
Pretty
well, then
cheap.
you got a coupon. Don't forget about the coupon.
That's right.
Um.
Well,
uh.
or something. That sounds awful cheap to me, but that's not what I'm necessarily. Because you got to have a piece. I don't need something that's gold plated, but you gotta have something that works.
Right.
I remember you did that with coffee cups, and you explained it to me about 3 times. Is this the sublimation type thing? Is that?
Yes. Yeah. Sublimation. And I will tell you, and he's already left.
Yeah.
Do not get the printer that I got if you want to get into sublimation. Patrick does sublimation, and he doesn't have to fight with his printer. The printer he's got doesn't clog up. So get with Patrick, and he'll probably be here tomorrow night, hopefully, and ask him which printer again that he has. That's the printer to go with. And then this setup here is very, very similar. I think my bed's a little bit bigger than 12 by 15, but not by much. Mine might be, huh?
Well, yeah, I was going down. What this one deal? It said the best T-shirt printers in 2023, and it goes through down about 5 of them. But there's this Sawgrass Virtuoso SG500 sublimation printer. The thing's made to do this.
Right.
And I think you can make some sheets or something, but it says you can make stuff up to, God, I don't know, 56 inches long or some deal.
Well, yeah, I don't
That's
know
not,
how expensive that would be. I would imagine quite expensive. Um, The printer
About
that I'm
600
talking of,
bucks.
what's that?
About $600.
Oh yeah. Go to the printer. Go the method with like the printer that Patrick's got. Um, it's a lot cheaper. You're gonna be in less than a couple $100 for the printer. So,
Uh,
uh,
well,
so
and then, well, how about the heating thing and all that? We got
now
nothing
that's
but
what I was referring to. I think my bed's a little bigger on mine. I think mine's a third. I think mine might be 15 by 18, but it's essentially the same. It's real close to this. I mean, you can tell there's been some design differences since we bought ours, which is going on somewhere close to 10 years old. So
wow.
there's some
Well,
design. What's that?
you gotta have subliminal ink, right?
Yeah, sublimation ink, and you can just, I would again on that. I would ask Patrick because I think he said he found a really good ink, so that really had good true color to it. So I would ask Patrick on the ink that he uses and the printer that he uses, and again, this as far as this heat press combo, that's fine. That's about what you're gonna pay. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
You got.
Now what's that?
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, you got the cricket there, the joy,
Yeah.
and that's one thing. I I have a hard time recommending those, and let me show you why.
Okay.
Uh,
I know
that
you talking about. You cut all that stuff out by hand.
no, no. Um,
Okay.
not at all. Here, let me share my screen.
'Cause I can't do that crap. That's.
Oh no, there's no way, brother. There's no way.
I'm gonna
So
work on something simple. Do something simple and a lot of them. This is go make money on volume. Okay,
right, hang on. Let me. I gotta
look at
get rid of the.
that's cool.
I have to get rid of. Hang on. I gotta get rid of the chat, or at least make them to where they're not on top for a moment, like the chat screen,
Yeah. What about it?
because disable. Okay. Oh yikes. Okay. Let me full screen that again and reshare it. Oops. No, I hit the wrong button apparently. That one. Yeah, that's the right one. And then screen share. Okay. Now this is what we've got. This looks to me like it's an updated version. There's some, maybe not. I thought there was some minor changes on it. I guess not. It looks the same. They're wanting $400 for that thing now. Um,
Wowie.
yeah. So hang on. That's a U.S. cutter MH, and I'm gonna add 871 MK2. There we go. That seems high to me, and that was from U.S. Cutter themselves, though. That's what was strange. eBay, I'm seeing 319.
Yeah.
Um,
There's what's that one that's 220, 230 or something.
230, but that's the page I was just on,
Oh.
and yeah,
Well,
and
what's the
now
physical size of that?
that was the for 230.99. That was, I'm imagining, is it going to be the 14? Yeah, that's the 14-inch without stand for the 230.
It looks so much bigger, but yeah, like for if you wanted to cut out a deal that fit on a back of its shirt or whatever like that.
Right. Now,
Okay.
this would be the smallest, to be real honest. Well, wait, that's all that you're wanting to do is like shirts and stuff. You're not wanting to do anything bigger?
A flag,
Yeah, but what size?
3 by 5.
3 foot by 5 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to do that with a cricket. Um,
Or can you
and you're
do?
not.
Can you do several sheets, and then you press it, side by side, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. You can do
So,
that.
but that's down the road. Basically, what I was thinking of is something on a shirt. Come up with something creative, which I think I can do that. To really piss people off, and just focus on just an item or two rather than
Right.
I do everything. Yeah, I can't do that. I don't have.
Mm,
I'm not able.
right, right. Yeah, and um, if all you're gonna do is the smaller stuff, the cricket might be better. The cricket is better at doing small stuff than than like what I've got. I've got the MH871, the 34-inch, the big one that I showed you a moment ago.
Well, why do you have that brand? I mean, there's a just
Because it's cheap.
well, is it good though? Did you have any
Yeah.
problems with it? That's I
No.
just the cricket because I saw that named in something, and I've seen him advertised on TV, so I just sent that, and I figured, well, you'd know something, maybe know something about him anyway, which I know which you do, but
Well, the cricket might be a little better for a beginner. I will tell you that doing vinyl work is an art of its own. Um, and it's one of those things that I think anybody will struggle with at first. But like now, there's no way I could do the same stuff that I used to do as far as vinyl work because my hands shake too much and I'm just not as my hands don't work as good as they used to. But vinyl work is definitely a skill.
yeah, well, Mike, see, I from what just the things you said, and now I'm trying to put that all together from what you said and what I'm reading, and I kind of understand it better now. But things like letters, something that's simple,
Hmm.
words, not no artwork, no. I think
Oh yeah. Oh,
hey,
that'd be no problem. And to be honest, something like a cricket would probably be better for you. Um,
I
because
just
again,
works. That's what I can't have it fucking up shit because I can't. I've got no room. Like a lot of things I've got, Mike. I have no room for error.
oh,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you there. And that's why I'm trying to make sure to guide you the right directions, especially with sublimation, because I'll tell you what, that is a nightmare. If you have a printer that keeps clogging up on you, oh my goodness, is it a nightmare? And then um, you'll learn real quick that color matching is a bit challenging at times
Well, that's what
because
I figured maybe. Of course, depending on the color of the shirt, but I want to limit that too. But basically, black letters.
right.
On the white shirts, yellow shirts, pink shirts, just kind of basic.
Yep.
That
Yep.
ought to
And
work.
I I will tell you on the vinyl, I really like the Sizer Easy. They call it Sizer Easy Weed. I really like that vinyl. That it's heat press vinyl.
Okay, just a moment.
Uh,
Size,
and
sizer,
Sizer, Sizer. It's Sierra India Sierra Echo Romeo.
Echo, Romeo. Right. SIER, size.
Siser. Sierra India Sierra Echo Romeo.
Okay, I got, yeah.
And it's called Easy Weed.
Easy. Weed is in plant.
Yep. We weed like that grows out in the yard.
Yeah, all right.
or in my indoor tent.
And other stuff, vinyl. That's the vinyl.
Yep, that's the heat press vinyl. Yep.
What? Oh, heat press. What? But now the ink thing doesn't it just print? Well, doesn't it print directly? I mean, spray it right on there? It prints right on the cloth?
No, that they do have those now, but those are thousands of dollars for one of those.
Well,
No, this you print it out on a special piece of paper, sublimation paper, and then you put that you put the shirt on your heat press with the sublimation, your printed sublimation paper on it, and then of course, you close your clamshell, and the heat. What the heat does, the way it works, is it causes the when the ink heats up, it turns into gas, and so it off gases. It literally what it's doing is gassing and staining the.
yeah, yeah. Uh, so it forces the ink into the fabric, then.
Yes, yes,
So it's actually like being what I would say, like you spray of the pattern on there or whatever like that. But
right,
uh,
right. And I
and it
will warn you. I will warn you not to use 100% cotton.
okay,
You want to use. I would recommend no less than a 50-50 blend, polyester cotton blend.
okay,
Because sublimation ink will not it won't work with cotton so well, but it works really well with like polyesters.
okay. Uh, now, so I get this straight. With your coffee mugs and stuff, did you put those in the microwave?
No, negative. I had one of those very things that you sent the link for, that 5-in-1, that cup, that mug press. I have
Okay.
that exact same mug press.
Okay. Did you do shirts and stuff too, or not? I don't
Yep,
remember.
yep. I did both sublimation and heat press. Yep, heat press vinyl. Yep.
You did all that stuff, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But a bunch of fun.
Well, with the vinyl thing, no, they do make stuff it's like printed on some. It I don't know what to call it. It puts down kind of a rubbery deal on the shirt. There's that kind of product too.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't. The only two methods I know is the sublimation and the heat press vinyl. But I need to get out of here because I'm going to have two ladies that are wanting to kill me, I'm sure.
Okay. Thanks,
So,
Mike. I
oh, no problem. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll talk to you about it more if you've got more questions.
understand. Thank you.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Good night.
Good night. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Oh, and to everybody else out there, I hope you have a good night. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.